People tell me, Martin, if you dislike living in Canada so much, why are you still here and take advantage of things? Well, to a sentient and sapient creature, believe me, there's a hell of a lot more disadvantages and hardships. Like just not having a cell phone is complicated enough, but add more things to that that make me not want to be a part of the... Yeah, I'm recording this with a cell phone, but with no cell phone number attached to it. So, and it's not like I didn't try to leave, right? I mean, I tried to go do volunteer work in Florida from an agency that claims many things called the Venus Project, but who don't walk the talk when it comes to community. They might have good technological ideas, but again, you need a healthy community to apply it. They've never gotten that basic knowledge, that basic common sense. And yes, he was a forward-thinking person, Jacques Fresco, but he was, even like my great idol Isaac Asimov, he had a lot of personal pathologies that were never addressed that would not make him a truly good leader. So, not for a social system anyways, right? And not if you just want to still be using the word economy, even if it's resource-based or whatever you want to call it, or design cities differently, but that still have no humans participating in human social creature activities, you know, without arguing, for example. So, and it's easy not to argue if you're really following the scientific principles. And if you're arguing so much, then there's personal pathologies that haven't been addressed. So I was turned around at the border from macho testosterone-filled workers who were very proud of the Trump picture in their offices at the early beginning. And then I tried again going to Norway, that spent thousands of dollars, thousands, to break their own laws. And I have audio recordings of this, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. And they shipped me back here. And then I tried again. And I'm always doing it honestly and legally and documenting it. And, but nobody wants to believe. Why would somebody, you're insulting the other people here, you're from Canada, they'd love to go there. And from a lot of their countries, that'd be an improvement. But since I was this high, I knew something's wrong here. And I've documented and even come up with a theory to explain why it's getting worse. And it will continue so in my lifetime. And it's very cruel because I've developed strategies to apply solutions and I'm not allowed to. So that's very cruel. I would prefer to go to a country, and again, I've said this and I've proven this in my travels, where I would sleep in a cot on the floor with no electricity and a hole for a toilet if I'm allowed to work on the solution. And again, people don't get this. And one of the biggest ways that I'm being screwed by Canadian politicians is that they're lying to themselves, their children who are going to live in a worse generation than mine, and their constituents and citizens that they're supposedly public servants for, and that they share this propaganda of how great Canada is all around the world. And again, I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm much happier to be stuck here than being stuck in China, for example. But, you know, there's a lot of similarities between here and China. And it could become a China by the time China gets better, right? So, again, if I'm not allowed to work on solutions, it is incredibly inhumane to be keeping me here and to not support me, like in a letter that I requested many years ago to politicians, to allow me to leave with my head held high, and that I would not seek compensation for all the human rights and laws that have been broken against me and by, you know, authority figures here. So, but no, that would mean, you know, shaking the false image of what Canada here is to us and also abroad. But I suffer from what people abroad think Canada is. And they think I'm weird for wanting to leave, even though I'm carrying the documentation to prove what I'm saying. And they don't want to see it. So again, what a time of history to be living in. What a time. And I talk about species alienation because I know other people suffer from various versions of it. And it's weird that nobody actually wants to talk about this as a form of solution.